How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I wanted to talk about the created stadium in MLB The Show 21, specifically the next generation created stadium features. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So the first thing I want to mention is that up there at the top it says Stadium Creator is only available on next-gen versions of MLB The Show 21, and obviously this footage is captured from the next-gen version of the game. Now, it does mention here that we are able to choose from 1,000 unique different pieces, but if you take a look at the top right, we see a couple of logos there, and I will talk a little bit about that. But so far, I mean, just the custom design that is involved with this creative stadium looks incredible. I mean, we have a variety of different buildings out there. We got some amazing trees. It looks like there's a UFO in left field in this one. They showed a variety of different things, but if you notice at the top right, it does list 44K with a lock on it. That's an icon. I want to say that that's the amount of fans that are able to, I guess, access the field or watch this game here. I think the 68 to the right of that lets you know how many pieces you've used when building this creative stadium. Now, I don't really know what the bat represents there in the top right. It has the general prohibition sign on it, which means it's generally the do not sign, or you're not able to use a bat in this stadium. I'm not really sure what that means. I'm guessing because they did mention that you are able to take some of these stadiums in Diamond Dynasty, that some of these stadiums would not be available online, and that could potentially be what that means. Now, I'm not sure, but it does look like the customization behind some of these ideas is incredible, and you can, create your own unique ballpark and use it in franchise, as well as potentially, play a friend or a casual play within Diamond Dynasty, maybe even during some select moments, or even, I guess, grinding against the computer, if that's still included in this year's game. Now, with that being said, you can adjust the walls. They mentioned you can adjust the foul poles. You can adjust really what the stuff is made out of, right? You can change, I guess, the texture of the walls to brick maybe, or maybe have some padding on the walls out there. But with 1,000 unique pieces, you can really create almost an infinite amount of combinations within this game. Different settings in the outfield, or at least behind the scenes, with different combinations of in-game stuff. I would probably create the most simple ballpark you can, just so that way it doesn't have, as much lag, or I'm not really sure, how exactly these stadiums will play in the game, but I would think with this much time and effort into create a stadium that it would be able to run smoothly in the next gen version of MLB The Show. I think it's pretty cool that you can customize, the color of the walls, the different types of textures like I mentioned. They said you can move the foul poles in and out. This will obviously, change the dimensions of the field. They'll show you the dimensions of the field, the heights of the walls, things like that. And I really think that this is an incredible, at least starting point for MLB The Show in general with Create a Stadium. Now, the one thing I wanted to mention is that here it lists 75 on the lock icon. There isn't 1,000 or a K number there, so maybe it doesn't represent how many fans could participate in attendance, but I'm not exactly sure. We'll know more about this stuff when it comes out, obviously. I don't have a PlayStation 5, so this stuff won't pertain to me as much once the game is, actually out and playable. I do plan on getting a PlayStation 5, so this is cool to look forward to. They mentioned that you can build, something weird out in the outfield, or have some stuff out in the background that looks very strange or futuristic. I think that's pretty cool. I would not personally, create a Polo Grounds type of center field in right center field, or really anywhere on the field, but that is an availability. But one thing I wanted to talk about are some of these, I guess, customizable features. Now, I took this screenshot during the video that they posted on Twitter, but we don't have that bottom portion of the video blocking what's listed there. So it looks like you can, customize the statues here. They have a variety, or they at least show a variety of statues that you can use, but you can orbit them into space. You can, have them hover. You can really go in depth with, how far you're zoomed in. You can control the height of certain things, cycle through the categories and props, creation hub, maybe even create your own type of thing. within reason, of course. It looks like one of those icons, or at least descriptions there, is still blocked, but toggle UI, that looks pretty nice. You might be able to, you know, move around, look at different angles of your field. And they did show a few of these types of things throughout the video. So I'll go ahead and link that video in the comment section down below. But I really think that this is exciting, and I wanted this to be one of the main things that I talked about, because it does reveal some of the customizable things within this. Now, you can see here that in the solar panel customization, you do have a few of these things unlocked, like height control. You can make these larger. I guess you could make an entire outfield full of solar panels if you really wanted to. This looks to be, you know, like a Rays stadium seating out there. I would personally like to put, you know, a pool with the jacuzzi out in left field maybe. If I was going to get a little creative with one stadium, keep another stadium a little bit more simple for ranked seasons and things like that. I think that this would be a lot of fun depending on how they include it in the game. But I'm really excited to see, you know, what you can exactly do with all of the kits here. If you press square, you can move things around. It looks like we have another icon added at the top right as well. I'm not sure if that's a save icon. It does look like you're not able to save while you're editing the stadium, and that would make sense. But hopefully we have some type of vault. And they kind of mentioned that during the video, that you'll be able to share these stadiums with other people. And I would imagine that it would be very similar to the logo vault. But anyway, this is more of the customization feature that I was talking about. You have this glove out in center field, and this is kind of your drone-like feature that you can fly around your stadium and edit certain things that you highlight with this icon. And this looks really cool. I mean, spectacular. We have the Field of Dreams Stadium here with the barn out in center field. A nice batter's eye. I would probably make that a little bit larger. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, as basic of a field as I can get, even though this one has 86 pieces, I would be looking for something more like this. The minimum amount of pieces, or very few amount of pieces. Here, this one looks like it has 43. And then, of course, we have, you know, 27,000 fans. Looks like could be in attendance. I would probably go with more of a darker background because I play a lot of games at night. I want to be able to see that white ball pixel that I'm trying to hit on offense. And that's kind of what I'm thinking about as I'm going through some of these screen captures within the MLB The Show Twitter video. But that's going to do it for this video. I'm College Lefty, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for tuning in, and peace out.